Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This week I'm painting a waterfall that I saw on a hike that I did to Key Summit, which is down the Milford Road in New Zealand. This piece is very loosely inspired by the reference photo I took on that hike. I changed up a lot of the composition and the waterfall, but it is loosely inspired from that. So I might eventually in the future plan to do a traditional piece that more closely follows the reference photos because, well, I really like how this one turned out. I also would like to do one more close to the reference photo. So here I'm going in with a bunch of details, trying to create some texture in the foliage around the waterfall. And so I really sped this part up because it took me so many hours just going in with details and little marks trying to make these plants look nice. I don't really know why I put in so much detail. Probably didn't need so much, and it was quite hard on my hand at the end of this, going on so many hours of just adding tiny little details. So now I'm going in, it's a little bit harder to see now, but I'm going with a second pass over all the foliage to give a little bit more depth and vibrancy by adding a little bit more saturated green than the highlights. So yeah, here I'm just about finished adding highlights to the foliage, which took me so many hours, as I said before. So here I'm going in with shadows, and I didn't go as detailed because I didn't feel like it needed it, and I didn't want to overwhelm the painting too much and by adding too much detail. And also my hand was quite tired of adding so many small marks. But after that, you can see I'm going in the lower left-hand corner with some shadows on the rocks to kind of give them more form, because at the moment they don't have much form, they're just kind of blobs in the middle of the painting. So I'm just adding the first pass of shadows, and then I'll go back and add a second pass of shadows to give them make them look a little bit more 3D. So now I'm going back in with the second pass of shadows, a little bit darker to make them look a little bit more 3D than even the first pass. See, I'm going in and redoing some of the highlights because I had everything on one layer on my block in, and so the highlights were still not very integrated with the piece. It didn't really go with the level of detail of everything else, so I kind of came back, pushed those back a little bit, and redid the highlights on the rocks to make it look more cohesive with the style of the rest of the piece. Add details to the water and make it look more like a flowing waterfall. And I did this mostly just by adding white highlights, but a little bit of shadows in there as well. And I added some spray to the bottom of the waterfall to make it look like it is coming into a pond. And now I'm going in with a few different blending layers to add some of the lighting, which I really enjoyed from the reference photo, and I feel like the lighting really brought it all together. And yeah, I really enjoyed how this turned out, and I hope you did too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.